Would you believe that, mathematically speaking, ants actually outweigh elephants? Is the Earth really just sliced into 24 neat time zones? Or is ocean water really as safe to swim in as you think? Welcome to the mind-blowing glitches of our world, Part 2.
If you scooped up every single wild elephant on Earth and threw them on a giant scale, they still wouldn't stand a chance against ants. Sure, a full-grown African elephant can tip the scales at 14,000 pounds, an absolute unit of an animal. But get this, there are roughly 20 quadrillion ants crawling around the planet right now, probably some right under your shoes as you watch this. Their combined dry carbon mass completely crushes the total weight of all wild mammals and birds put together. So, biologically speaking, it's a bug's world. We're all just paying rent. Speaking of nature's weird glitches, imagine splashing around in crystal clear ocean water on your next vacation. Looks pristine, right? Well, plot twist, the ocean is basically a massive biological soup. Scientists have mapped out nearly 200,000 different viral populations just drifting in the sea. Think about that next time you accidentally swallow a mouthful of seawater. Don't freak out though. Most of them only infect marine microbes and couldn't care less about humans. But the bottom line is, you are never actually swimming alone. And while we're busting nature's myths, let's talk about the biggest lie from your middle school textbook, Mount Everest. It is not the tallest mountain on Earth. It just has the highest elevation above sea level. If you measure from the actual base on the ocean floor to the very peak, Mauna Kea in Hawaii absolutely destroys Everest. It clocks in at over 33,500 feet. That means the underwater portion alone is deeper than multiple Empire State Buildings stacked on top of each other. Everest is literally just standing on a taller step stool. If you think the Earth is sliced up perfectly like a pizza into 24 neat one-hour time zones, you are dead wrong. In reality, the time zone map is an absolute hot mess. A bunch of countries completely went rogue, setting their clocks with 30-minute or even wild 45-minute offsets from their neighbors. They don't fit into that clean 24-hour box they taught you in school. So basically, there are way more than 24 time zones operating right now. Speaking of maps, everyone assumes the ultimate heavyweight champion of forests is down in Brazil with the Amazon. The truth? Russia is the actual final boss. While the Amazon is definitely iconic, Russia holds a massive 20% of all the trees on the entire planet. Their forest is so mind-numbingly huge, it could easily swallow the entire continent of Australia whole. You could literally rip it out, blanket the entire lower 48 United States with it, and still have room left over for a few extra national parks. So if the Earth really needs a set of lungs, Russia is holding most of the capacity. And while the rest of the world is constantly aging, there's one country that's basically just learning how to walk. South Sudan is the youngest country on Earth, having just gained its independence in 2011. That literally makes this entire nation younger than the first-generation iPad. Now, what country pops into your head when you think of the most islands? People usually guess Indonesia, the land of 1,000 islands. But that's not even close. Statistically, Sweden takes the crown with a mind-boggling 221,800 islands. But here's the ridiculous part. Only about 1,000 of them are actually inhabited. The rest? Probably just VIP real estate for birds and a few moose. Earth is currently packing over 8 billion people. But if you mashed everyone together and took the absolute average, what would the ultimate typical human look like right now? According to the latest stats from National Geographic, the common denominator of humanity is a roughly 30-year-old Asian male glued to a smartphone and definitely rocking a digital wallet. Basically, the global median age is hovering right around 30.5 years old. Here in the US, we're watching boomers retire in massive waves, but the reality is the rest of the world is graying right along with them. We are living longer than ever before. And there's this stubborn stereotype that Hollywood and dusty old documentaries love to feed us, that massive chunks of the developing world are still completely illiterate. Scrap that narrative right now. Thanks to the global internet boom, the reality is that over 86% of all adults on the planet can read, write, and actually enjoy a good book. Odds are pretty much anyone you pass on the street, anywhere in the world, is literate. But here's a fact about humanity that will literally give you goosebumps. Science has shown that 1 in every 200 men alive today is a direct descendant of Genghis Khan. You already know the legend. He led the Mongol Empire, sweeping from Asia all the way to Europe, and let's just say he left a lot of his DNA behind during those conquests. Picture this. The next time you walk into a packed NFL stadium with 80,000 screaming fans, mathematically speaking, there are at least a few hundred guys in there chugging beer who carry the direct bloodline of history's greatest conqueror. If these crazy facts are melting your brain right now, hit that like and subscribe button so we can keep bending reality together. If Facebook were a real country with Zuck as its president, its population would absolutely dwarf the next 2 biggest countries, India and China, combined. Rocking over 3 billion active users, this platform officially holds the largest population on Earth. Basically, it's like creating one massive group chat and shoving half of humanity inside. We Americans love to flex the massive scale of New York or LA. Yeah, forget about it. Take a look at Tokyo, Japan, an absolute megacity crammed with 37 million people. According to Reuters, it officially takes the crown as the biggest, most populated city on Earth. The runner-ups? You've got Delhi, India, trailing behind at 32 million, and Shanghai, China, sitting at 29 million. And amidst all these crammed concrete jungles, you'd think we'd spend our time bonding with our fellow humans, right? Nope. We are absolutely obsessed with our furry friends. New Zealand currently takes the crown, with 68% of households owning at least one pet. But right here in the US, we are right on their tail. Nearly half of all American households own a dog, a cat, or honestly, both. So a huge shout out to all the dog moms and cat dads out there burning through half their paychecks just to buy premium organic kibble for their furry overlords. Speaking of blowing money on ridiculous things, let's pivot to Saudi Arabia. When you hear that name, you instantly picture endless sand dunes and caravans of camels, right? Well, brace yourself for the ultimate plot twist. Saudi Arabia actually has to import both sand and camels. They literally buy specialized construction sand from places as far away as Scotland because their local desert sand is way too smooth to mix into concrete. And the camels? They ship them in all the way from Australia just to keep up with their massive domestic demand for meat. If that isn't the absolute peak of outsourcing, I don't know what is. In part 1, we mentioned how 4 babies are born on Earth every single second. That's roughly 240 new mouths to feed every minute. So how many people are checking out? Every single second you spend watching this video, an average of 2 people pass away. That means 105 people are logging out every minute. 6,316 are relocating to the other side every hour. 151,600 are clocking out for good every day, equating to a staggering 55.3 million people meeting their maker every year. 105 people just left the chat, while 240 new players just spawned in. This game of life and death literally has no pause button. And those are the mind-bending glitches for part 2. Which fact completely melted your brain the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. For now, this is KNOWTERRA signing off. Stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.